Hello everyone, welcome back to Vampyr. Last episode, we are now working the night shift with this doc. And I switched on to a controller because fuck mouse and keyboard. Especially for this game. It felt too clunky.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
What the hell are they doing? Oh.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood.
Why
Calm
were
yourself.
why were they stabbing each other?
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Why can't I just... Ooh.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain. The guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Is he actually gonna kill him? Oh shit. Drink the bloody prey. Memorize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. What the hell?
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Holy shit. Press A to embrace Coy Cox or release him. And provide massive XP boosts, but learn about the citizens and collect their hints or increase the... What?
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Wasn't this guy... Didn't I just stab... Wait, what?
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
I guess this is a guy that infected you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is way more bearable on a mouse, on a controller than a mouse. Too clunky for me.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
A few questions.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
How is Mr.
And
Hampton?
Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Okay.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Where's my room?
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Alright.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Ooh. And a blood quality here. And other side. Now this. Hide. Good people, huh? That's weird as Vampyr can know this much about these guys. I didn't meant to do that. How do I? Alright.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
You like consume people?
Daily routine.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Okay. So definitely not vampire. More like someone really unhealthy.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I actually thought something funny. Like, there are people, like in real life that actually believe they're vampires. And I just, when she said this shit, I immediately just thought of that. I was like, okay.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
What is
Never.
that?
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal.
Okay.
You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Yeah, personal questions.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
It's funny, she's actually a vampire.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with
Daily
fever.
routine.
The hell? Let's do this guy.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm
Holy
Dr.
fuck.
Reed.
Right
I've
in your
recently
face.
taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Oh, you're not that fucked. That's for sure. I can consume your blood, but I'd rather not.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Some sort of disease.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
No offense, but you see his crotch area? One is clipping, his skin is clipping through his clothes, and two is vibrating. Look at that shit.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Not that one. How about Miss?
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches
Wait,
my
serious.
bed,
What is
she
that
treats me
ability?
like something
The ability to
tasty.
persuasion? Like,
A normal person.
Aren't you
you know,
afraid?
like how Jedi's
She
can
may
just
hurt you if the game goes too far.
persuade
quite
their enemies or
harmless,
implement
I can
ideas
assure
into
you.
their heads.
Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
So do you let her bite you?
Oh, shit, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, She never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Okay. Damn, I need another hint.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Oh shit.
Daily routine.
Wait. Oh. Shit. What was it? There's this guy. Let's just talk to more people. Okay. I can't talk to this doctor.
Wait, damn it. Blaming me will not further your agenda.
What
sir.
can I do for
How
you,
long's
Doctor?
it going to take to fix me properly? A month?
I talked to her, but nothing.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your
You're not even
arrival, but
looking
I
at me,
could not
dude.
dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
It definitely is.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I guess he only has one animation cycle. He just does that all the time. Oh shit. Smart.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical,
Okay.
you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Okay, that's for sure.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your
Why
arrival,
is he
I
so
can't
jittery?
think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Okay.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Alright. Didn't I already ask this?
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Okay. I thought I already learned that. Ask that question. I about your blood.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
I know.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient
I know it's
suffering from a severe
hypnosis.
injury that
Like
could cripple
he's
him
using
if not
hypnosis
treated
to,
correctly.
you know,
I'm
through his
convinced your
hints
blood
to,
transfusion
you know,
technique could
get
help
them
him.
to
What
just
is it you
ask
really want?
that, or
To
you know,
save
whatever.
him? Or to prove your
He uses
point?
hypnosis to,
question.
you know, hit
I want nothing but to save my patient,
hypnotic
Dr. Reed.
hints
Especially
to
since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
hypnotize the people he's talking about. I can't explain it that well.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Words to calm the children, Helen. As for me,
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help?
I don't know if a third
Hey, I should
opinion
have
is
I heard
needed.
curtain. All right.
Your
Yeah, no
colleagues
dialogue,
are
just
already
curtain.
arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
That's funny.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagree about wooden nails,
The
not
fucking.
flesh and bones.
This is so funny. Like it just fucking blocks you. Blocks the conversation. Okay, I'll stop that. Can't memorize him, but
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
ow.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh shit.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was
Okay,
in
it
the
is
army,
1919.
building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her that night.
Oh yeah, imagine. Imagine? Wait. Okay, never mind.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Wait. Did I already... I think I did.
And still more coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Let's just keep exploring the place. Not, you know, what's this? Due to influenza, this hospital can only take any patients. Okay. Alright, let's see this other guy. Wait a minute.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by
Oops, shit.
vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Ow. And how do I... How do I change fucking missions so I can just deal with that one? Oh. Okay. Okay, crumpled letter. Ooh. Oh, that black guy I just saw.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plane cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about
It's locked.
buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
I cannot enter.
Guess I can't use my vampire abilities. Okay. I thought this guy was black. I guess he's Indian.
It's locked, all right. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor, too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why wash these bodies?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the morgue?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Okay, that makes sense. Man, why are the doctors so jittery? Jesus.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Ooh, got a hint for this guy.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
I basically like how, you know, you gotta do these hints, you know, to basically just increase the blood quality. I like that. But I'm not gonna kill a merchant. He seems useful.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
That sucks.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm feeling all right, Doctor. But perhaps it is because I, too, am used to the smell of the dead.
Nasty.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
How do you know that you only know good people?
What kind of goods?
Are you a
With the
good sense of
quarantine,
character?
It's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Yeah, nothing good for
Goodbye,
now.
Mr. Chidana.
Alright. How am I supposed to find out who's spying?
It's locked.
Pretty sure I can find an idea who it could be just from that area, but I can't get in there. Okay. Same doctor, right? Same doctor. Okay, Rashid. Harvey Falk.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name
Holy
is
shit, she
Pippa
has no
Hawkins.
eyebrows.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan
Like,
Reed.
it's so
Dr. Swansea
it feels so smooth, like,
position in
but not
this
naturally smooth,
Well,
like
it's a
pre-rendering
euphemism that your help
smooth.
will
Like,
be
holy
appreciated,
shit.
Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
She
It's
looks like
serious.
she looks like she has a
wreaking
man's
havoc amongst
face.
the
Like
staff and patients.
there's
You're
like some
running
characters
out
that
of
are like
everything.
swapped with like a fucking like swapped. Looks like some of the male and female character can be just swapped easily. Like they only made like one model for male and female, you know, one face model for male and female, you know?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You've been a nurse for
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
I don't like your attitude, Nurse Hawkins. Pessimism can be as lethal as the epidemic in times like these.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Milton.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Who is this Milton dude?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
I get some hints I can like, you know. Shit. No, nothing for her.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, where's there it is. Dorothy Crane. What the hell? Oh shit.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, sweet.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient
His
I was bringing.
badge on his
I
left
escaped from the
arm isn't
hospital's
even
guard,
rendered.
but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Okay. Not a lot from this guy.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I understand now.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
That makes sense. How much money do I have? Oh, 35. Jesus Christ. I don't have enough money for anything.
Goodbye, Milton.
Unknown lady, huh? Let's go over here. What the hell? Where did she come from? What the hell?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could
Oh,
you
that's
check
something
on
bad
him,
is happening.
please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
So like modern feminists around your time, but like actually the factual and, well, I wouldn't say progressive, but more rational feminists rather than the one we have than today.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Oh shit. He sounds like he's giving up.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor. But I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Ah shit.
Can I
like
help at all?
No.
Oh no,
Really?
he's just ripping.
Why are you
No,
here?
okay, he looked like he's
I
just
don't want
scratching
to
his
talk.
neck.
My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe.
but I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
You know what? I'll just let him get some rest. Okay. This guy.
My sweet girl.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard,
Waverly.
I suppose.
Does my arrival
Waverly
inconvenience you in
Ackroyd?
some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Okay.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
I feel like for the left side is rational, right side is like snark or, insulting. The last and the third one is just like, hostility.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Okay, personal questions? Really?
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money? Fame? Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Yes. Don't I have like a bunch of fucking... Wait, why did I... How do I remove it? Dangerous citizen. Where's that? Okay. Oh. Damn it.
I'm sorry.
I cannot enter.
Plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation.
I'll wait here and...
To arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that...
Where? Where did I see that? No, I admit.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir. So it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Okay. I'll go talk to him right now.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure.
dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Bullshit.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
So these kind of shit can happen anytime? That's pretty cool. Pretty annoying since I need to hurry to get there. Was I looking for someone?
It's locked.
Seriously, what am I doing here? Enter the backyard. Okay. Oh shit. It's the backyard garden or what? But didn't even meant to do that shit.
It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
I just killed this guy. Alright. Ugh. There we go. What? Why did I just attack him for anyways? This place. Okay. I'm exploring shit and I have no idea where to go. Alright, so why exactly did I kill that guy for? Controls. Just basically killing zombies right now. What the hell am I even doing anymore? I'm just finding some guy's dead body, I guess. Guess I'm just finding some guy's wallet. Which is this guy? Or
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
what's the point of going up here for? Oop. I meant to fall. Alright, let's just find this, oh shit, fucking egg, fucking, god damn it. Not what I meant. Ah, fucking Christ. What I meant to do. Where's the black dude? There he is. There's Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good.
Ooh.
Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody's as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Goodbye, Milton.
Alright, let's get this stuck. The guy's still down there?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Same everywhere. I don't have much choice. People are more important, I guess.
It's more than enough.
Stuff.
In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
That's understandable.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve. But I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely her skill that he's, praising.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
I may take that back. I thought she was younger, but I don't know. I think he really does like her skills.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Yeah, it definitely is. Holy shit, 5. I think that's high as I've seen today.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
I like how she's standing. She's like, she's helpful, but I don't want to talk to you, twitchy. We're here to help, but she's like, she doesn't want to talk to us. At least it's interesting.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
So you're worried about him, working himself to death?
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will
See?
be held
Worried
in
stance. See?
No. I may disagree with some
She has a
conduct,
worried stance,
but in the end,
she doesn't want to
everybody is
speak to
doing
us,
their
but
best.
she does want to help, At least she's just standing around like an awkward fucking animation, like most characters in this freaking hospital.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Yeah, I heard that. Personal questions?
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not
romantic.
taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Let's talk to this guy.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
I thought it was like, okay, never mind. What weird, what a weird ass. Nope, that's not.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Like, seriously, you guys like each other.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Not this one. Where's the pharmacy in this damn place? Ooh, yeah. It looks like I can't, like, you know, like, fast travel. So, yeah, I'll definitely avoid that place for now. Okay. I should talk to her again. Where is she? Oh, who is she? Yes. You can't talk to her yet. Alright. Let's look. Where's that female nurse? Okay. Not there. There you are. Wait, what's happening? What's happening?
You are going to reveal all
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
the darkest thoughts in your heart.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening,
What was
Dr.
that?
Reed.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Seriously, that's it.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
What was that weird ass what was that weird ass transition like just now? I thought because like I guess time passed, but I guess not. Wait a minute.
I wish I could be sick again. Blood oil with the fever.
Disgust on every street corner.
Talk to this guy, I guess.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Wait, I just thought of that guy with a sore throat. Could it be that his mother's choking him or something? Oh shit, that'd be so fucked up. Like, she kills him for money or something?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly
evil
figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Hey, wait, wouldn't your cross be a weapon to him? Like, you know, like the doctor before, he used his crucifix to stun this doctor, or us. He used the crucifix to stun us, so would it ever work the same for that vampire? Unless it was like flipped on his back or something?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
What?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness.
What the fuck?
I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
Yeah,
to
why
repel
did
him
you?
somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to preach the good word.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke?
Mm-hmm.
Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Oh yeah, this guy's healthy.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. I cannot enter.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
I'll go talk to him again.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Achievement for fatigue. What the hell is that?
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
What happened? What?
I will see you later. I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Could be around here. Maybe I can find someone. Not what I wanted. Holy shit, there is enemies here. How the hell do I get up there? Maybe I'll just run behind. Let's try to find a way in. That lady was crazy. But it looked like there are enemies looking for her. I don't know why. Alright, let's go through here.
Oh, Christ!
There we go. That was easy. Okay. I'll check vampire activity, hospital survey, investigate. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that was true. The hell? Why am I? What the hell? This junk. Alright. I'll go talk to her. Do I really not have a sprint? Well, I found those guys. They were people. Let's go find this. What? Okay. Wait. Oh, I'd go there now. Shit.
Words to calm the children, Helen.
Well, I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. Let's just go upstairs to our room. Second floor on our left. Man, one office is 3 people, huh?
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Wait. Fair opportunity for Vampire and I reading all this shit looks like to my goddamn crap. I'll just read supernatural speed, fact econs. Okay. So vampires here are called Ekons. Oh shit. Hmm. Okay. Ekans, vampires. And I like money. And what is this? Okay.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Yes. Okay. Oh shit, I can do that. Anything else here? No? Alright, good. Let's go analyze blood. Now what?
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Get it cut off there. But anyways, I think I did a lot of shit today. Like, ate a lot of shit. Like, basically spoiled the entire hospital. And yeah, that's basically it. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.